Welcome to the Savvy Podcasting for Entrepreneurs podcast, a place for podcasters to learn what's actually working in the world of podcasting and how to use their podcast to generate consistent leads in their business. I'm your host, Jenny, and I'm so excited you're here. Hey Savvies, welcome back to another episode of Savvy Podcasting for Entrepreneurs. So I've been busy recording some new guest episodes for you guys for the first time since October. So I'm really excited to start rolling these out over the next few months because I've missed having guests on the podcast. And I just can't wait to start implementing these guest episodes again on the podcast. It's always been fun for me, but in this season of my life, it's been easier to do solos than guest episodes, but that is about to change as my son will be going to daycare in June. So I will have a lot more time to record guest episodes and not just fit in recording in the random crevices of time that my child decides to sleep. Anyway, I'm really stoked for today's episode because it's not something I've seen too many other podcast strategists talk about. So I think it will be really great for podcasters at any stage to learn from. So today, what I wanted to chat about is the free platform called Chartable. And what Chartable is, it's a free tool I discovered a couple of years ago that gives you a more streamlined view of your analytics. And I've just found it really useful for both my clients' podcasts and my own podcast and just tracking all the things for those. So the analytics from Chartable are IAB certified, which means that it filters out any known bots so that the download numbers are as accurate as possible. Because if you didn't know, bots can quote unquote listen to your show and then it negatively inflates your views, which it may seem like a positive because you're seeing higher download numbers, but at the same time, it's just bots. So it's not real people listening to your show, which obviously you want the most accurate results as possible. So knowing that Chartable is IAB certified is really nice. So when it comes to Chartable, what I like to do is add all of my own and my clients' podcast to Chartable. So it allows you to either type in the name of the show, use the URL of the RSS feed or whatever, and it will start tracking the show. And then you can see just like general analytics and things like that. And you can see like what charts they're on. But for the most beneficial way that I've seen is that I add the prep in. So it's basically like a little code to each client's Libsyn account so that we can directly track the downloads or reviews and things of that sort. So I can get an inside look into all the possible data from Chartable. You can just track shows, but then you won't get pretty much any of the same data and it's not really worth it. So if you add the prep in and they have instructions inside of the platform on how to do that, how to add it to each different host, it makes it so much more valuable for you. So I love that when you add the prep end to your hosting account, that just streamlines all of these statistics into one place. And then you can even see exactly how much your percentages have increased or decreased in terms of listenership month over month, which is really helpful to see. They also have a top 200 Chartable chart available as well, which is a fun new addition over the past year or so. This kind of just displays where you're showing up on the Chartable charts, not necessarily Apple Podcasts or anything, but it's really cool to see. And then you can also easily view where your podcast currently ranks on both the Apple charts and their own Chartable charts. And then they send out emails, I think it's every Monday, with the updated statistics that I sometimes will go on and share with my clients if I notice that they've jumped up quite a bit higher in ranking. And I want to be able to celebrate with them. So even signing up for this feature alone is worth it, in my opinion, because it's nice to know where you stand on a week-to-week basis. If you're climbing the charts, if you're falling on the charts, you can do that analysis instead of looking at it at the end of the month and wondering why your numbers either increased or decreased. So it's nice to see that. So with all that said, I definitely recommend signing up for Chartable if you haven't already. You can just go to chartable.com, so CHARTABLE.com to sign up for your free account. There's basically nothing to lose by signing up because it is free, but it's just a really great tool and I think everyone should check it out. And yeah, that is it for this really quick episode. If you want to check out the show notes or get any links or anything, you can head to savvypodcastingforentrepreneurs.com and grab the link to Chartable or anything else. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. And like I said, we'll have some guest episodes coming pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast player like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Stitcher and leave a review. You can find us at savvypodcastingforentrepreneurs.com and on Facebook at Savvy Podcasting for Entrepreneurs and Instagram at Savvy Podcasting. Make sure to join our free Facebook community for podcasters by going to savvypodcastingforentrepreneurs.com/community and join in on the exclusive community just for Savvy Podcasting for Entrepreneurs listeners. I'll see you there.